Pokemon Radical Red has started the worst trend in the ROM hacking community. What a title. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's have a conversation. So I'm sharing this post today because I wanted to discuss about the release of Radical Red in 2020 and the unfortunate ROM hacking creativity drought this ROM hack partially brought with it. Okay, can I just say, I have 2 videos going over that exact same creativity drought, and people were slandering me in the comment section. Look it up, the state of ROM hacks and fan games, and you'll see like 2 videos of mine from like the last 2 or 3 years. I just wanna let you know, I just wanna let you all know, I called it, and y'all were like, oh, you're tripping. Here we are. Anyway, I want to emphasize that I believe that Radical Red is an amazing ROM hack for those that are seeking good challenge and have a lot of time and patience on their hands to play through the game and being able to enjoy it. But I believe that ever since the release of Radical Red in 2020 up until today, the ROM hack community has been fed with the constant same generic Kanto and or Hoenn with quality of life ROM hacks imaginable. Which, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to bash on the ROM hackers that spend time and effort into these ROM hacks, but I'm going to address that ever since the release of Radical Red, new ROM hacks, or new Pokemon ROM hacks with new regions and new stories that aren't RPG Maker fan games have seemingly began to fade into obscurity. I cannot be the only person that is sick of, oh wait, whoa. Let me pin that. I want you all to know, no matter how you preface this, people will always take what you're saying as an attack. It just is what it is. I've said it plenty of times. It's like, I like these games. These games make sense. But I do think that, like, you know, games like Pokemon Odyssey or games like Pokemon Tourmaline or Pokemon Unbound, those games breed a lot or showcase a lot of creativity with ROM hackings. Plus, I always think that, like, people are probably just tired of their ROM hackings. I don't even know you can say ROM hacks are limited anymore. There's like so many things that Radical Red's engine has in it, and even the Emerald engine as well, the new ones, like the new updated ones. You can do a lot in those games to make the games as difficult as possible. There's a lot of free tile sets, a lot of free resources you can use, and I'm sure the ROM hacking scene is very welcoming and very cool for you to like utilize their things. So it's very interesting to see that, hey, there used to be, back in the day, there used to be a ROM hack every single couple of months, a new one every month or so. People would like take time for sprites, people take times for like for tile sets. Like it's so hard to sit here and be like, damn, like, you know, not everybody has access to making a fan game. Unfortunately, only some fan games can be played on your phone, and most of the ROM hacking guys are on their phone playing whatever new emulator that hasn't been taken down yet. So it's like, damn, what happened to the ROM hacks? And every single ROM hack that you see that is a quality of life enhancement game is like, I hate to say it, it's like YouTuber bait. I'm gonna say it. I've said it before and I'll say it again. It's YouTuber bait. It's, I survived the hardest Nuzlocke. It's, oh, I did the impossible Nuzlocke. Like, we know what that is. We know what that is, you know? And I do understand the frustration because I literally called it out 5 times already with the lack of creativity in ROM hacks. But I also understand the idea that because ROM hacks are limited in resources, even with the new engines and the new updates to the engines or whatever, you can still make whatever you want in a ROM hacker game or in a fan game. Like games like Pokemon Unbreakable Ties or Pokemon Royal that's coming out, I think this Saturday. Like they utilize like this like camera switching things that can only be done in Pokemon fan games and RPG Maker games. You know, like there are certain things that separate the two, but I think now we're almost damn near getting close to closing that gap. Like I know fan games now are using like Mystery Dungeon overworld sprites for now, which is beautiful because there's a lot more dynamic. You do a lot more with those things. That's really, really cool. Whereas like ROM hacks, they've kind of just been really bland. You can't really do much action in them like that, but I understand, like I said, I understand the resources, you know? Anyway, I cannot be the only person that is sick and tired of playing the same old Hoenn with 700 Pokemon being being clamped out together into Hoenn just so that the game can be advertised to the public as every Pokemon can be catchable. When I played through Pokemon Glaze, released in 2014, still better than 90% of the ROM hacks from today. I agree. I agree. Glaze may be dated. And I heard also somebody's up, I think a team of people are updating the game to like modernize it and add more things to it. Please release a trailer or a post or something. We miss you. Damn it. Anyway, I remember that a lot of Pokemon were in the game, but the custom region and story made the map of Glaze be very big, with Pokemon feeling like they belong to a certain place. Now let's compare that to Emerald Imperium, where you catch 1,000 Pokemon and 20 Pokemon are clamped up together in the same route of Hoenn with seemingly no map expansion. Or let's compare Blaze Emerald, same story, same appeal, hard game with tons of Pokemon. Or let's take Pokemon Black, Pearl, Emerald, same story, countless Pokemon filling the small map of Hoenn. Compare those quality of life hacks to, let's say, Emerald Sea Glass, seemingly a quality of life difficulty hack, but there is a twist. The game has been rebalanced and has been demaked and turned into one of the best ROM hacks the ROM Hack community has ever seen with Gen 2 sprites. I'ma say it, y'all would not have this gas for Emerald Sea Glass if it wasn't a Generation 2 like game. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think if Emerald Sea Glass, if you took away Emerald Sea Glass's art direction with it being Generation 2, I think y'all would feel the exact same way about Emerald Sea Glass that y'all would feel about these other games. I'm gonna be honest with you. To be honest, y'all might not even play it because Emerald Sea Glass only has like mons with like evolutions in later forms as their newest mons. You know, that y'all probably wouldn't even play that, you know? I won't take the Drayano hacks and put them in the same difficulty quality of life category because Drayano does not add 400 plus Pokemon just for the sake of having new Pokemon. The games are polished and the level curve as well as the magic and appeal of the regions that Drayano improved are still present. That is true. That's 1,000% true. That's actually 1,000. Like Drayano is the one for those difficulty games, or he was the one for a very long time. And I remember, I think he's still working on that Johto game. Is he working on that Johto game? I'm surprised he hasn't like done like a Sword and Shield. I'm surprised, you know? I'm surprised somebody's reached out to him. Nobody's done like I know how to mod the games. Like, what's going on? I don't know. But ever since Radical Red was released, there have been some ROM hacks that changed the formula that Radical Red brought into the community. One of those being Pokemon Odyssey. What I tell you, Pokemon Rogue, which was a beautiful, Emerald Rogue was amazing. Pokemon Scythe and Pokemon Swords Unbound, which leads to my final point. I wish that more ROM hacks could tackle a new region, a new story, and maybe new Pokemon, fake mon in parentheses, adding new characters. I wish that quality of life difficulty hacks could be a subgenre of Pokemon ROM hacks that wouldn't dominate the Pokemon ROM hacking scene. And I hope that 2025 brings new updates and new Pokemon ROM hacks that could outshine any quality of life out there. Y'all not ready for my next take. Y'all not ready for my next one. You ready for it? My next take is about to go so crazy. My next take, y'all might disagree, but listen to me. The destruction of Let's Plays for Pokemon games is why those games don't get the shine that they used to anymore. Because there's a lot of games, a lot of ROM hacks that are brand new region, new characters, new story. Some Pokemon from generations 1 through 3, 1 through 5, 1 through 6, 1 through 9 sometimes, and they go under the map because they're not done. I remember it didn't even matter if a game was done or not. A lot of people would get a whole like graphic design, a whole presentation worth, and just play the game. You can look up Pokemon Glaze. There's 1,000 Pokemon Glaze videos, and they all have different like graphics for them. They all have different personalities playing those games. Like that type of like, when you add that much eyes to something, you know, I think it adds a different type of dynamics where more people want to, okay, I want to create my own Pokemon world, as opposed to the now of YouTube where people are only making Nuzlocke content. If you go on Pokemon right now, Pokemon content is challenge content. Let's Plays are seemingly dead. Let's Plays are seemingly gone, right? I do them. That's because I grew up off them. I grew on Let's Plays. You know what I'm saying? But if you look at Pokemon right now, the general audience are watching TCG openings. They're watching the challenge videos like Then We Battles, or I defeated so-and-so Pokemon ROM hack, the hardest Pokemon ROM hack. And it's that version of the videos are like, okay, cool, this must be really good. I wonder what game this is. and it's always new or whatever. And I think because of that being the dominant like video platform for these games, because I think like watch this, right? Like I think it's only me, Volty, PokeHacks, Simple, my boy Quam, and like a couple other content creators that cover ROM hacks and fan games. And you can go through our entire playlist and you can see a whole bunch of like really good, really like well written, really decent looking fan games, but those are fan games, not ROM hacks. And there being only like 10 ROM hacking content creators, as opposed to, you know, and then us not getting that crazy amount of views, as opposed to the random guy that can upload can you beat so-and-so with only a Charizard or only a fire type, or I beat the hardest new Pokemon ROM hack, and that being the dominant viewership for that. I think that's like a big thing, because watch this. If I'm somebody and I watch this guy that I'm watching and I love his content, I would love to make a video or a game so he can potentially, you know, I can link it to him in my Discord and that's his video for that month. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to, let's say, oh, hey, I don't know, me and Numbnexus did a Nuzlocke versus, or like a co-op versus, or co-op or whatever, of us just playing through like Victory Fire or Pokemon Resolute, like those older games, because of the lack of like eyes on them and the lack of like enjoyment on them. There really isn't that much to do to like shine light on that. You know, it's like, what the heck, who cares? Who cares about these games now? And plus, people wanting to play like the games as opposed to watching might be a big indicator too, because y'all might be tired of this, but then so are the YouTubers. So if you're not watching Pokemon content and you're bored on Pokemon content and you're not playing Pokemon content, things like these come into place where you start noticing, damn, it's been a while since I've played a Pokemon game. My same 5 YouTubers are playing the exact same Pokemon game because everybody's streaming the same Radical Red runs, you know? What am I supposed to do? So you look, one, it comes off negatively because people like that type of stuff. The vast majority of people like that kind of stuff. This was posted 3 days ago. Let me read the comments real quick. Pokey, is that Pokemon Odyssey, my boy ski? I'll tell you, it wasn't Radical Red that started this trend. It was born many years before. Although it's true that the latter has certainly amplified the phenomenon. Creating a total conversion hack, meaning a new region and story, obviously requires a significant amount of time, which people either don't have or don't want to invest in this task. Just think about how it took me almost 4 years to finish Odyssey, which, by the way, comes out at the end of this month. We will be covering. Pokemon Odyssey is the best ROM hack in a while. Trust me. You know, I too wish people would stop making difficulty hacks that are all the same, but let's face reality. Making an enhancement hack might take a month, but making a full conversion hack, no matter how ambitious, could take years. I'm not gonna hold you. I wouldn't be surprised, because after 4 years of Odyssey, I'm not surprised if Odyssey might be his last game, you know, which would be like, okay, cool. I gave y'all 4 years of my entire thing. Here you go. But I also would like to see, I also would like to know how long Aerie has been working on Pokemon Vanguard as well, because I want to see like what is because I know, oh my god, Reborn took 10 years. Rejuvenation is gonna probably take 10 years as well. Desolation is probably gonna take 10 years as well, as you know, this is gonna take 10 years. There's some YouTubers that make ROM hacks now, which is cool. Like, it's a lot. To be honest, if you want my opinion, I think we all should lock in and make a big Pokemon game. That's just my opinion. You know, hey, that's crazy. Most people would clearly choose the faster route. I don't even know who would play a hypothetical Ultra Mega Pokemon Fire Red 2 Electric Boogaloo, but that's a problem for the creator. That being said, do whatever you like, though I won't hide the fact that I prefer a brand new story over playing Kanto or Hoenn, but harder for the upteam time. Peace. Yeah! Another one, Thunder Mage. The first thing I consider when I decide whether to play a ROM hack is how many electric types are available. Are you good? What's wrong with this? What's wrong with him? Okay, here we go. This is a long comment. Radical Red didn't start anything. Y'all must not remember all the endless projects before the disassemblies popped up that were just like it. The basic generic ROM hack feature list used to be all Pokemon from generations 1 through 7, depending on the ROM hack base. They weren't actually putting them in physical special split and much harder battles. He's right. You know, blah, blah, blah. Don't forget the self-insert and potentially the creator's pet. The main difference is that Radical Red is actually released instead of being stuck in development hell, which is true. It does take a lot of work to make one of these, but it also a dime a dozen. That's true. I remember when Radical Red did come out, because Radical Red came out before Unbounded. I remember that. And Radical Red was, if I remember correctly, let me go back and find you real quick. I think the game that came out before Pokemon Radical Red was, I think the last ROM hack was, I think, Pokemon Clover's final version. And then I covered that, and that was the last game that did any type of like anything. You know, that was the last one that did pretty much anything. And I remember when I found Radical Red, it had just released, and I remember I uploaded Radical Red and it went crazy. I think a lot of people caught on to that it was going crazy. I think a lot of people were like, oh, okay, cool, this is it. And I'm gonna be honest with you, a lot of people, I don't know, a lot of Radical Red was a time, but Radical Red was literally a one in a million like game. Like, that game at the time was so different than everything else that we didn't even know there was a whole other game that created that same engine coming out months later. You know what I'm saying? Like Unbound came out in what, December? Radical Red came out in like July, August or something like that. It was so different and so good that we didn't even know there was another game that basically created the same engine that it was on. What the hell? You know what I'm saying? It was great, you know? I'd be interested to see a rebalanced ROM hack that isn't a kick in the nuts because the devs thought we build teams and showdown to play in game. I agree. I do agree. I do think these difficulty enhancement games are all just like showdown simulator, like things to you just run. It's like slow. It's like Pokemon Showdown, but you're just running through things. I think that's what we're at right now with these things. The general rule of thumb is if grinding is required, you fucked up. Yeah, that's true. And by grinding, I don't only mean the classic shuffling in the grass to beat wilds. Yeah. When it comes to difficulty, the best thing to do is design teams to make people strategize around them. To put in perspective, with an official game, so everyone understands what I'm talking about, Emerald, Liza, and Tate. The lineup is positively abysmal. Xatu, Claydol, Solrock, and Lunatone are all awful mons. Why am I using it as an example? Because it's the best designed gym leader in the whole franchise. Maybe. Maybe. You'd be forgiven for thinking that you can just pick whatever Watermon you have with Surf and GG Easy. But wait, Surf only deals 3% of damage to Gen 3 doubles. Claydol got Light Screen and Xatu got Sunny Day. Claydol can raise. That's true. Claydol can straight up spam stab EQ because, yo, he is spitting. He's right. He's right. So what can we learn from this? Tate and Liza counter the obvious play of Surf spam against Lunatone and Solrock while also having win conditions of their own. And this is the absolute trash mobs without a single EV on them. It's a great showcase of the double battle mechanic at the time, while also being a battle that players need to actually think about instead of clicking the SE move. Yeah, this is the kind of thing ROM hacks have been missing. It's easy to give Misty a Scald Starmie and say deal with it. Building teams that make people, that's true. That's 1,000% true. That was great. That was beautiful. Whoever that is, what's his name? Volt Ikazuki. Yo, that was beautiful, gang. That was great. What else is next? Have you considered that it takes 10 times more work? Yeah, see. It just takes a lot of. Many ROM hackers can't and won't take the time to make something like that for free, and therefore it's reasonable to expect that if you take all the recent quality of life hacks out, there wouldn't be anything to replace them. There wouldn't be wholly new ROM hacks, and we'd have less hacks overall in the last few years. People don't make quality of life to chase the success of Radical Red because it's free volunteer work anyways. They do it because it's within their skill set and they want to make something fun using the tools available. Yeah, Yeah, see, what I just told you earlier. It's easier to do that. It's easier. It's less time consuming. It's just easy. Yo, matter of fact, where is he at? Yo, is Slew around? Somebody go get Slew. Yo, let's make a game together, bro. I got an idea that go crazy. I'll pay for the sprites and the tiles. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing to get some things done. You know, it might take a year or two. We can lock in. I got time, I think. God willing. You know, this has been a thing for far longer than Radical Red has existed. One of the first hacks I 100% was Delta Emerald. Who remembers Delta Emerald, bro? Oh my God, bro. Like, dude, Delta Emerald was the Elite Redux back then. That game was really good. That game was really, really good. That's a really good ROM hack. Dated now. I think they updated it. I'm not really sure. But that game at the time was great. People want to play with the new Pokemon no matter what. Besides, as others mentioned, it's way too hard to even start coming up with an entirely new story. Not to mention working on a new region completely with everything from tiles to trainer designs and everything else piling on top. It's far easier, quote unquote, to program just a new Pokemon, keep the same story, than trying to change and messing things up. Besides, even that is not easy because of the amount of effort put into making each new ability, move, and mechanic work as close to normal as you would expect. Also, please do repair. Well, y'all, I go hold you. I was kind of struggling to read that. You feel me? What else is here? What else is here? What else is here? Well, I feel like it has less to do with Radical Red specifically, but modern hacks do feel more like streamer based than anything. It has less to do with having a unique adventure and more to do with Epic Pro Nuzlocke beats Pokemon, yet another generic Pokemon Gen 3 game. I keep telling y'all, man. I keep telling y'all, bro. They're making these games for these guys. It has less to, okay, I don't have anything against it. I'm not the person to critique passion projects. It's just that these hacks tend to overshadow more unique projects. Personally, I'm a huge fan of fake mod hacks. I don't even need new maps or story. Just give me fake mod and amazing projects like Fool's Gold, Quarantine Crystal, Pokemon Cope. Simply do not get any exposure at all. That is 1000% true. What did they say? I agree. What would you say if your favorite Pokemon fake one game is? Oh, they're just talking. Clover, despite being like cringy in the comedy department nowadays, is a really good example of Fakemon really well done. You know, it's actually really good. It's actually really good, dog. I like it personally. I think Clover, the ROM hack, like the actual Fakemon, they're really good. And I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Watch this. Personally, I have never played Pokemon for the story or world. I just want to catch cool Pokemon and have cool battles. Radical Red delivers on that very much. With that said, Unbound is the best Pokemon game I've ever played. Official titles included. I gotta be honest with you. That's a different conversation entirely. But if I have anybody here subscribed that doesn't watch or play Pokemon for the story, can I ask you a question? Why? Because the story does exist, right? Like, you do play the game. Look, you're the A pressers. Never mind, my fault. I don't even know why I'm even asking that question. Most Pokemon fans press A. What am I surprised for? My fault. I should have never gave y'all the benefit of the doubt. I apologize, family. I apologize. But yeah. Anyway, I saw this and I was like, this is a really good video idea. This is a really good video idea. I like this. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I will go beat my meat off. I don't know. Talk to y'all later. Bye.